So, I was bored at work today and I began looking at galleries in Chelsea and the artists who are represented by them. And I came across the Gladstone Gallery and the artist Dave Muller caught my attention because he had these paintings of CD cases and cassette tape cases and magazines that were like stacked up against one another and broken up into different pieces, and they were very, very beautiful because they were against these white backgrounds and very fresh and clean. And it reminded me of, you know, your bookshelf with your books or your CD cases that's collecting dust and you haven't touched in 1,000 years. But I thought that the paintings were very, very, very cool. One of the books that he did a painting of is The Beatles by Hunter Davies, which is really cool with the rainbow edge. And it's the same books that I have on my shelf. These paintings were very nice because, you know, you rarely see like CD cases like stacked up against each other anymore, because we all like live in a world where everyone listens to music on their iPhones or their iPods, and it's just become obsolete at this point. And the paintings were done like a number of years ago when, you know, maybe that was still like the thing, but even some of his paintings are of edges of magazines where we don't even really read like anything off of like magazines anymore. I even like Googled like magazine stores in Manhattan one day because I love looking at magazine pictures, and they become less and less and less. They're harder and harder to find. And I thought that these paintings were like very, very attractive and exciting, and they're very like colorful but like graphic on these like very white, crisp backgrounds. They're almost like illustrations, and I was just very moved by them, and I thought that they were like awesome. And some of the other work that he has are like paintings or installation pieces on walls and stuff like that of even just trees, but they mimic the colors of the books and magazines, and they're very like bright and beautiful and crisp, and I thought that they were great. It's when sometimes the work that I'm attracted to on some level has to be representational, and a lot of galleries don't show work that's representational. A lot of it is very abstract, which I do feel excited about abstract work as well, but when it becomes too like realistic, I notice some of the more hip modern galleries, you just don't really find work like that. And I thought that these paintings were really, really cool, and they were representational even of the colors of you know, the time period of the 60s and 70s, very like strange greens and oranges, blacks and browns, and they're usually colors that aren't appealing to people, you know, regularly, like when it comes to clothing or stuff like that, but they looked really bright and wonderful in the paintings. The site that he was on was the Gladstone Gallery, and you know, it wasn't a gallery that I was like familiar with off the top of my head, but they represent a lot of famous, fantastic artists, but he actually wasn't one that I really knew that much about. But looking at his artwork on the site was really exciting because he doesn't even he's a lot different than all the other artists that they represent. I like the fact that the paintings are simple, that they're illustrative, and they're representational about a time that's slipping away.